with the StarCraft 2 mandatory event, and this is a 2v2 tournament that we've got for this week. So, without further ado, up here on the top side of Emerald City, we have two players. First of all, we've got the Terran player, very scary Terran player. It's Spacemarine. Over here on the left side, we have a Zerg player, someone who's been part of the clan for quite a while now, actually. Our much beloved Bixol. And down here on the bottom right side of the map, we have our Protoss player, new on the block, but showing himself to be quite a competent player. It's Luda. And then the very charismatic Terran player, playing in blue, it's Slow. Alright, so 2v2, here we go then, and they've chosen Emerald City, which is an interesting map because, well, it's quite a safe expand, very macro, I guess. Out of the map pool, this is definitely one of the ones where you could definitely get some really nice early bases. So thinking about going into this, we have two Terran players, which is first of all quite interesting. So I'm wondering, there's no proxies to start off with, and usually 2v2s, as we know. Team games, quite aggressive. But yeah, it looks like it's not going to be too much at the moment. Space Marine opting for that double gas opener. We've got a hatch gas pool for Bixol here. And it looks like we're getting straight onto the marine production for Slick, and then Luda going into double gate cyber. Very cool stuff. No expansion yet for these two players. So, oh, actually, cancel that. Slick's going to go for a bit more of a 3 racks opener, which is a little bit more aggressive. Kind of exciting. 3 racks before the expansion. Let's see it. So there has been a bit of scouting here for our players in red. Let's see if you're going to go down there. It looks like Space Marine's going to get a bunker in response, going to try and protect. Oh, it looks like 3 bases for Bixol straight off the bat here. Very interesting play, actually. Bunker's going to come up and, yeah, pretty nice defensive position there for Space Marine. Double Stalker now finished up for Luda. Got another gate on the way as well. Really interesting how there's been no expansions yet, so I really fully expect this is going to be a really early push from these two players. You see the 4 gate going down first. So this could be very aggressive from them. There you go. Scan down in the base, can see exactly what's going on. Can see that handful of bio. And the Stalker's coming out, so Space Marine knows exactly what's going on here. It looks like they might actually push across right now. I think Space Marine's game knowledge is very high, so yeah, he knows something's up here. He knows that defenses have to be made, but he hasn't actually got a whole lot going on here. There's a tank nearly finished up, which I think will actually finish before the blue players get across, which is actually going to be a major defensive position for Space Marine. I think they'll be alright here, you know. I think they'll be alright. Because remember, they're on 1 base, these guys. At least for the most part. So this is very much kind of an all-in right now. And tank's done, and there's quite a lot of lings here for Bixol as well. Just coming out to defend this off. And looks like it's going to be a complete cleanup. And man, I do think Space Marine and Bixol are now in the lead. And quite comfortably, actually. More volleys going down there. Space Marines are getting caught out a little bit there. A little bit of pressure coming down, but I still don't think this is too large of an army, too much of a threat. Although there are reinforcements coming behind this, so it could get a little bit scarier. A lot of those defensive units have now been picked off, but that tank is now in a much scarier position to where it was before. More lings now on the map. Having a little shark around. Oh, massive wraparound from Bixol here. Gonna catch Luda's units out of position there. Very well done. Meanwhile, behind it, we have the expansions up and running for the players in blue. So everyone else getting their infrastructure up. Right, well, a little bit of less action going on now. I mean, we came off with a bit of a action-packed start there, and there's a Raven coming across the map now. I think we might actually go into a bit of a macro game here. Things coming across the map now. Gonna have a little look around to see what's up. Ooh, Ollie's coming down. Yeah, there's so much here actually for Slick. Quite a few process units as well, just knocking about. This is actually quite a good mid-game composition right here. Good stuff. I mean, let's have a look at the upgrades. We've got production quite actually blooming here for Spacemarine. We've got the bio upgrades finishing soon. His production tab is just completely full right now. Slick is doing very similar things, getting his tank count up a little bit higher. We have more more gates coming out here as well. Let's have a look at the upgrades real quick, because I don't know if I caught any of the Twilights, but oh, things go down there. Yeah, no Twilight upgrades done yet either. And charge has now just started up for Luda. Right, so Space Marine's in a really good position here. He's got the front side of this map now, so there's a really nice nice position here for the expansion. A little bit of shocking around here. Luda and Slick have their armies together actually, because there's not much here for Bixol quite yet. Not out on the map anyway. Right, a little bit of a Terran versus Terran war here with a bit of Protoss on the side. And that sensor tower's really good there because it kind of like spots quite a lot of these incoming attacks. There's a lot of Terran here. This economy for Bixol is picking up now. 87 workers. This is scary. Like this is a really scary economy here for the Zerg player. He's actually going to go up to Hive. So it's going to favour the Roach Hydra. I think it's pretty good actually against what he's facing. Be an absolutely fine composition to go for, especially with 83 workers and 4 base. I feel like that would just be endless production for Bixol once he warms into this game. And I actually think that is the kicker. Space Marine's kept them safe all the way up until this point, and actually has a very decent army of himself, but he's still only on 40 workers, whereas his opponents are on a little bit higher. Oh, a little bit of a drop here. Space Marine doing some damage. I can't get workers killed on this 2v2 mode, so that's kind of a bit of an issue, but we can have a look. It looks like there's actually a whole mineral line there going down, and indeed, we've only got 23 workers now for Luda. So that's going to push these guys into a bit of an all-in situation. Actually could catch the red players off guard, actually, because Bixol's gone to 80 drones, and there's not much army here quite yet. Massive siege up here. Oh, it's doing huge amounts of damage. I don't know if the Zerg has a response for this. Maybe being a bit too greedy here, actually. I think Bixol's just been focusing too much on economy and not too much on units. It's going all the way up to Spyro and Lurkaden. You know, this attack's happening now, but then again, Space Marine's pushing back quite heavily here. The the SCVs are being pulled, but man, like there's so many siege tanks still here, so I think Bixol, once he joins this fight, will be able to clear up the rest of this attack. You know, Spacemarines have lost a lot. He's only now on 15 workers, so you know, both players have done a lot of damage, or both teams have done a lot of damage to each other. Now it's just going to see who can fight back a bit harder. Here we go, a massive wave of Lings coming out here, going straight on top of those siege tanks, doing quite a good job actually. I feel like Space Marine's army up, because they're really well upgraded at this point, going up into +2. So much damage to this Protoss army, actually holding on there. Yeah, not in a bad position. I think Bixol could just throw over some minerals to Space Marine and they'll be completely fine here. So Luda's now on 38 supply, but Slick is actually on the highest supply out of everybody at the moment. So, you know, there's still something that could be done here, but it looks like Space Marine wants to push out, change his mind, going to come back to defend against this army. So Space Marine's in a very good position to deal with this. Sandwiching the army, might even be able to take out the medevacs as well. One goes down, very good job there. I just feel like the red players are stabilizing again. So we're going to push across the map now, going to go into the base of Luda, who's only just set up this third base location now, but that's actually quite a lot of Terran here. Oh, and that's just going to pounce on top of that. I don't think there's many siege tanks behind this for Slick. Space Marine's doing a very good job of denying this base now, and I think it's going to go down very shortly. The upgrade advantage clearly in favour of Space Marine here. He's just ripping through these units. There's massive pushback. Space Marine's actually doing this very much single-handedly at the moment, just pushing straight up into the base. Look at the workers that are going to be pulled here. Massive damage to Luda once again. I feel like Luda hasn't had an opportunity to get into this game fully yet. Just like multiple drops from Space Marine now. We've just got onto this onto Slick's base here and doing quite a lot of damage. Having to pull back for now, but man, like, that is a lot of damage. Oh, but Slick's got this gold base down here as well. He's even got another one up here. Whoever's orange is pinging down here. Let's maybe just to check, see if there's anything going on. Space Marine now jumping on this Terran army. Boss is out of position. Massive wave of all his lurkers now. Oh, I think this is pretty much it for the blue players. Too much tech and too much bio being produced here for the red players, and just safe micro and also defending those attacks early on really paying off now, and that huge economy for Bixol is now going to kick in. Space Marine jumping in on that with a lurker support as well. Massive damage, Slick calls GG, and that is it. Your winner's going to be Space Marine and Bixol, taking this game in TAW in-house Swiss tournament. Alright, amazing stuff. Let's go on to game 2. Alright then, guys, here we go. We're on the game number 2 now, and well, Slick's teammate is now subbed out, so we've got a fresh face here. Game number 2. So, up here on the top left side of the map, we got 2 Zergs for you. We have, first of all, our best Zerg player in the clan. It is ZergWarrior. And over on the left, someone who I've been coaching recently who is showing a lot of promise and doing very well. Climbing those ladders, those many ladders. It is WinterFox. I love this color scheme. Actually, I might start using this myself. I really like it. Down here on the bottom right side of the map, we have the new contender joining Slick. It is Zui, playing with the Protoss pieces, and over here on the left, playing with the lovely pink Terran pieces. It's who we saw last game. It is the much loved Slick. I'm really excited to bring you two Zerg players going up against a Protoss and a Terran. This is like ultimate alliance, isn't it? Gonna be really interesting. We'll see where this goes. So yeah, nothing too weird at the moment. There's we got the double hatches going down for the Zerg players. Single gas here for Slick. Looks like we're gonna get another gas pretty. Zero as well, but no, nothing else going on. It's interesting to see if it's gonna be cyber or expand first. Looks like it's gonna be a cyber first. A little bit more offensive side, really cool. Yeah, cool. Let's get everyone up into this. I mean, I chose this map. It actually looks like quite a good map. You've got a few high ground positions, quite open space for Zergs, I'd say. A couple of watchtowers in the middle, which kind of makes things a little bit more interesting. I think the main feature of this map is that the third base isn't that safe, or at least one of you. And this one's quite safe. It's mark number 4. But where you go from there, I mean, you have to go up here. So if you're a Zerg player, and if you're on the Zerg side, you have to expand up here for your third base. And that's quite far away, so I think that's really going to get harassed on. So I do think actually this is more of a Terran map, maybe more of a Protoss map. I'd say even from the map advantage, probably Slick and Zuri, a little bit more favour. You can see the reactor double marines coming out here for Slick, as well as that expansion. We've got expansion on the way for Zuri. Like on the other side, nothing really happening, just getting metabolic boost by the looks of it. Although I do wonder what's happening with WinterFox at the moment. It's going to be a quick lair. So I imagine WinterFox might be going for more roach-based compositions, which would be really interesting to see. Oh, interesting. ZergWarrior are going to take that third base. That is very interesting. I mean, look how far that is to get around. That is going to be so hard to defend. But, you know, if you're confident enough with unit positioning, I think that's not a bad decision. And Lings are going to come out here and have a little look around. Adept's just going to spank them down. And, you know, ZergWarrior's getting a little bit of information there. Void Ray on the way for Zui. That's going to be really tough to deal with, I think. So that's going to come across and probably even get a really early snipe off of this base if ZergWarrior's not careful. The base now coming down for WinterFox, and actually interested to see where WinterFox is going to go with this. It looks like it's going to be the Roach Warren with the upgrade as well. Speed coming up, and then he's probably going to attack as well. Really nice stuff. I think this is a very good supporting unit composition for whatever if ZergWarrior goes for here, because if ZergWarrior goes more into Ling Bane, then imagine having those Roach Ravager behind. That'd be really, really cool. So the way that Swiss tournaments work is that losers usually go against losers and winners go against winners. So if you've got someone who's just lost their first game, they'll be paired up with someone else who's lost their first game. So I think that's just what has happened here. Obviously you can't, because there's 3 teams altogether, or 6 teams, but 3 teams losing. It won't work all the time, so it will try and favour you in that way, try and keep it really balanced. So yeah, I don't know who won out of ZergWarrior and WinterFox in their first match, but what Swiss tournaments try and do is try and match you up equally as the tournament progresses. You got a couple of Cyclones here and a Void Ray, just trying to take out a few Overlords probably, but there aren't that many on the map. We're going to be able to do that. It looks like Magfield accelerators are done, which is massive. Look how quickly those Overlords go down. That's pretty insane. And Zuri's just going to shark around a little bit looking for it as well. Very cool stuff. Oh, Oh, ZergWarrior are going to try and get a wrap around on the Cyclones, but the Cyclones are on their own. They're not going to be able to fight off these Zerglings too well. This could be an easy pick-off for ZergWarrior. Actually, both might be going down here. Massive damage. There's a couple of Cyclones on the back of this as well, but actually, yeah, really interesting going for that bio still. So you don't normally see that kind of play. 4 Cyclones with Magfield accelerators going into bio. I think that's a really good bait, actually. You don't pretend to go for that, but you know, WinterFox going for those roach upgrades can be really good versus any mech play if Slick wanted to continue down that path. Some more Void Rays are on the way, but it's just going to be charge lots as well, but I think... There you go, yeah, charge now finishing, or so starting up here for Zui, and yeah, Void Ray and charge is going to be the name of the game for this Protoss player. Just sitting back now. I'm liking the position of where Zergs are going, actually. You know, the Void Ray is going to be really hard to deal with as time goes on. Actually, let's see how many we've got now. 5 altogether. How many Stargates have we got? 1 Stargate going into those +1 attack, but there's 5 Void Rays out. More being produced, so it looks like it's going to be 1 Stargate, continuous Void Ray production. For the Specialist player, and Series is now going to pressure WinterFox's base down here on the left side of the map. A little bit of damage done there. Yeah, Hydras are on the way as well, so I can't imagine there's going to be too much damage. I can imagine ZergWarrior is going to bring across a few... He's got Hydras as well, so yeah, these guys are actually in a really good position. Deal with this aggression. Oh, Zuri, if you're not careful, you're going to lose your Void Rays, man. Oh no, 2... Oh yeah, 2 go down. There's just so much Zerg now on the map. And I feel like that if these Zerg players pushed out now, they'd probably win. I think they're in a really good spot to just take on this army of Slick and Zuri, because look how much they've got here. They've got a lot of Hydraling, and then we got quite a lot of Roaches, and both of them are quite well upgraded. That's 2. Nearly finishing up here for WinterFox. ZergWarrior wants to stage this, and I feel like this is the higher Zerg instinct here, knowing when you've got advantage. It's probably around about now. When you've been on 3 bases for so long, you know that you've got a timing coming up. So yeah, being able to capitalize on that would be very, very important. I can imagine ZergWarrior saying like, come on, let's go, and yeah, the army of WinterFox now joining, and this is very highly upgraded here. We have the +2 finishing up here for WinterFox, and these 2 Zerg armies are very scary. Baneling's now morphing in. Deal with that bio army. I feel like if these 2 players split up their armies and just pushed in on this would be devastating. Really, really hard to hold. Look how many charge lots we got out here as well. What I'd like to see is actually some shield batteries. I think that would be really good. Just a few more support units on the field would do Terran and Protoss players really well. Yeah, look at this flank being set up by ZergWarrior now coming in, and also WinterFox now posturing around. Gonna collapse on Slick here. Massive engagement. Hydraling Bane trying to trade out. WinterFox now clearing up the rest of that army for Slick. See, we're trying to fight this, but man, like with Slick's backbone now broken, there's not much here left for these players. It's caught out a little bit on the map. There's so many Hydras. So many Hydras. Zergs being Zergs, man. Just pushing in on this Protoss space. And yeah, I can't see what's going to happen here. It's not going to happen. Slick calls GG. Siri calls GG. And that's going to be your game. ZergWarrior, WinterFox win. Game number 2 in this in-house 2v2 tournament. Oh, didn't have time to breathe in that one. Go over his game number 3. Alright then, guys. I have another map for you now, and this is going to be the 3rd map of the Tour in-house tournament. And I've got 4 players that we haven't seen yet, and that's specifically why I'm casting these guys, so I can get everyone involved, and it's great to just show all of the members who are taking part. So, up here on the top left side of Arctic Dream. A lovely map this is very open, got lovely visuals as well. We have playing with the process pieces, actually one of the better players I think in this match right now. It is GuyInChat. I actually think he's probably one of our strongest players in TAW. And with him we've also got the lovely pink Zerg pieces. It is Shipta. Then on the bottom right, a little bit of a mismatch in MMR, but I'm really excited to introduce you to these players because I don't usually see them, at least in competitive play, so it's great to have a little bit of casting time with them. And also it's great to bring matches like this because, you know, biggest upsets are always the most fun things to cast. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce you to our blue Terran player. It is Derek. And over on the left with him, it is Hikari, or Yukishiro for anybody else who part of the TAW clan. It'll be an early pull here for Hikari, and I quite like that. It's going to show a little bit of aggression coming out the gate. Only one gas at the moment, which is quite an economic build so far for Derek. And then, yeah, hatch gas pull for Shipta as the opener. And we've got a cyber core on the way already for GuyInChat. Actually, I didn't see this was the expansion here, so it looks like it's actually going to be hatch first for Hikari. So to take discount what I said previously, I didn't realize that these were such safe seconds, and actually that makes everything really different because I would say having the safe natural is probably better for Zerg players overall. So Hikari getting that really nice tucked in back at the back there, doesn't have to keep defending this area, doesn't even have to worry about getting creep and stuff like that there. So yeah, very nice. So, let's get warmed up to this. Again, I like to talk about the map a little bit, and this is a fresh one for us here. So we've got slow zones in the middle, and we've got some gold bases as well. Look at the visuals. Go look up here where you actually have... And I think this would be a really cool theme for a multiplayer map. I mean, we've got rocks as well in the middle. Oh, look, you got... Stalkers already coming out. Oh, GuyInChat. That's a bit aggressive, isn't it? But look, we've got a bunker up here. But you can't cover both positions. So the bunker may be good here, but you don't really cover the entrance to Hikari's base. Very unfortunate. Actually looks like that GuyInChat's going to walk straight past. Oh no, it's already going pretty badly. Okay, he's going to turn around. Oh, GuyInChat. I didn't realise, I thought it was yellow. No, it's orange. This is orange setting up over here. A little bit of a proxy location. I'm going to send in more stalkers. GuyInChat doesn't want to stick around in this game too much longer by the looks of it. Meanwhile, we do have the lair and we do have the Roach Warren and Eva going down. We've got the second Eva as well. Very regular Roach build here for Hikari. We do have a tank on the way. Bunker's up here. And yeah, GuyInChat's being really, really aggressive right now. Oh, it's so many roaches as well. These guys are going balls to the wall, just coming out with their roach ling with the stalkers. Oh man. Oh no, I feel for these players down on the bottom. This is going to be a very aggressive push in a moment. Oh, how could they? How could they? Well, let's see what happens. Looks like Stalker's going to go and deny that base altogether. Is now going to push up into the main base. There's just no units here quite yet. Roaches are coming out for Hikari, but it looks like the Lings are going to come in as well. Oh, and there's already too much trouble. Defensive units, we've got the tank as well, and the Marines over here for Derek. Looks like they're going to scramble around, trying to get into a position here. Oh, it's really unfortunate for these players down here on the bottom. It looks like there's just so many units to deal with. So Stalker's going to go up to the main base of Hikari, and the Roach is coming out trying to fight the good fight, but not quite going to make it. It looks like the Terran army for Derek has pushed away a lot of these links, but there's another round of Stalkers coming in. I got more pressure going to be pushed out across, but it looks like, oh, the drones are all the way up here to the side of the map. They're stranded. Oh no, the Stalkers are now pushing in on the main base. That's really unfortunate, and now Shipta is now getting into a position where you can like set off a new attack. There are 2 tanks here, that's pretty good. Eric might be able to push off a lot of this army, potentially just sees the Roachling army there and sets up in a position to deal with that. The Hikari is very much out of this game now, nothing really left here. Looks like you can set up a hatch on the right side of the map. I absolutely love it. Ling's now moving across and finding that new base. I think. Let's have a look at the vision quick. Yeah, there you go. That's a big rip. Oh, Hikari. Why does it have to be like this? Recall for GuyInChat. Hikari calls GG. There's nothing left of him now. Yeah, the Roachling is just here as well. Just pushing up to the main base. Take out that tank and do a lot of damage here. Or Derek. Derek calls GG and it didn't happen, unfortunately. No upset today. GuyInChat and Shipta will be your winners at game number 3. Alright then, guys, we are here on the final map of the Tour In-House Swiss tournament. Down here on the bottom right side of Arctic Dream is the fresh base for today. It is our blue Terran player, Tranquilo. And with him we got the teal Protoss player, Schwartz. Schwartz being one of our better players as well, so this will be a really interesting fight. And on the top side of the map we have currently undefeated in this in-house tournament. It is the red Terran player that I brought with you previously. It is Spacemarine. And with him we have Bixol. Now Bixol being the player that went up to 80 to 90 drones in the last game, then getting out that massive round of lurkers. Spacemarine doing a lot of defense and then aggression with his bio, actually pushing up for a game. So let's see if we see something very similar now coming up. Now Space Marine's team wins. This is going to be a 4-0 for them and they're going to win this in-house tournament. They'll be crown champions. Believe it or not, I think Space Marine's actually won probably the most in-house tournaments. At least during mandatories. Maybe even in-house tournaments. Playoffs, who knows? Yeah, really cool stuff. So I'm going to see the hatch first here for Bixol. Reaper fast expand as well for Space Marines. Very economic to begin with. Got double racks opener for Tranquilo, and we got the Cyber before expansion for Schwartz. Our probe just walking around, and we're back on Arctic Dream. I hope you realise players really favouring this map actually. I've now seen 2 teams saying that they always play on Arctic Dream if they can. So it just shows that this is definitely one of the most balanced maps, I guess. Oh, the probe going to go down straight away. Schwartz losing that. No more follow-up scout, unfortunately. So Dep's going to be the first unit of choice. Going to chrono that out for Schwartz. And we've got the double racks now starting up. Oh, 3 racks. There we go. 3 racks, both for reactors. Oh, it's going to be very, very heavy into Marines. I expect. Unless there's a plan to go for something like Reapers, but I imagine it'd be the case. Bunker coming down for Space Marine as before, and actually quite a nice map for that. You got two entrances, and yeah, this is quite a nice position to get a bunker, I'd say. Yeah, let's see where we go then. So yeah, the in-house tournament is something that we do quite frequently, especially 2v2. We every couple of months we'll bring out a team Swiss tournament. It's always a lot of fun. It's quite hard to find some balanced teams, which is why we try and get only one player over 4100 MMR, so then we can bring you some good quality content. But yeah, quite variable sometimes, and also a lot of our players play a lot of team games. So many of them know exactly what can happen in team games. People like, I guess, Dark Jason and Bane Riders, Entity Paradox, those guys know what's up. team games. So we go then, we got Mine Drop coming on the way for Spacemarine. Meanwhile, Bixol's doing that very, very heavy droning, but then there's the third is now finished, and we're actually going to see the lair as well. So Bixol's getting quite a lot of good infrastructure here. Baneling Nest has finished as well, and then we've got a scan going out, seeing what's going on. We're going to see, oh yeah, Stalkers. Probably going to think it's Blink Stalkers actually. It's quite a good decision for Schwartz actually, going for Blink Stalker. So much bio here. Tranquilo. Not very many workers quite yet. That's probably my concern for Tranquilo. Needs to get that economy up and running because we're already going up to 5 barracks, and I think that's the main thing that we'd like to see is more SCVs onto this natural. Because to be able to produce off of this many barracks, you definitely need more. Yeah, quite a scary force though, being built up here for Tranquilo. Yeah, Space Marine going for very much these tech units at the moment. I wonder where that drop is at the moment. So Scan's going to come in here. Can't see where the medevac's gone, fortunately. I missed it going down. And 2v2 map's really hard to spot. Wonder if it's already been killed. I can't see it on the map anywhere. Let's go over to the units tab. Yeah, there is no medevac out here for Space Marine. Must have been killed and I missed it. That's unfortunate. The only action to happen in this game and I just didn't catch it. I think workers have gone down though. Unless this base got attacked. There's no SCV production here for Tranquilo. That's a big concern actually. I mean, it's all off of one bases, and you know, if they attack soon, it's going to be very scary for the opponents. But I mean, this is going to fall off fairly quickly, I think. A little bit of aggression now. We've got the blink coming up. Only 6 minutes into the game, and you're first seeing the first units die. Things just sharking around here. So Bixol's going to see a lot of these Marines now. I think it's about... Oh, there's Colossi here. The thing about Marines, though, is that they die very quickly to Baneling. So I feel like if Bixol sees this and just goes pure Baneling, this is going to be really easy to deal with. Which is exactly what he's going to do. Go up into the Baneling tech. Love the Colossus being out here for Schwartz. Really cool. Oh, he's going to get more. I think this is an excellent decision. He's going to go against Bio and Zerg. I think it's just... Yeah, if you can get the double splash damage on the go here, it's going to be very, very strong. But it looks like Space Marine is going to start moving out here of the skin set on this. Well, they're going to be seen by the Stalkers. Stalker's going to blink back. And hot pursuit there. The Colossus is going to come join the fray, just back them up, whilst the rest of the Stalkers back up there. So many Marines. Look at that. Love it. This looks like a Warhammer match. Massive engagement for Space Marine. Oh no! Oh, mine's going to go off there. I don't think there's any stim up at the moment. There's interference mages. It's a stim and combat shield is now finishing as well. We got the combat armor, but there's no starports, no tanks on this. So there's going to be no medevacs to be able to heal up any of this bio army. Which I think you need to at least do. If you're going to go Marines, I think you should at least go for medevacs on top of that. Just to keep them in support, just so that they can stim a bit more, get more damage output. So if you're going to get stim, they're going to be taking a lot of damage, so you need to have the medevacs there to heal them. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, let's have a look, see what Bixol's doing. Very staying defensive, getting up that drone count now on 80 workers. So actually going quite high. Going into the hive again. Very, very much what Bixol likes to do. we're going to see a push out by Schwartz and Tranquilo now, and they both have bigger armies than their opponents. Got triple Colossi here. Space Marine just deciding where to go here. Getting scanned down first. Decide to come down a little bit further. Getting to a nice position. Stimming up the ramp without even looking either. Oh, that's very brave. You get straight on top of Tranquilo's army here. They're trying to deny. Oh, Schwartz actually doesn't get the cancel on that, so it's a bit of a hit. Economy there. Yeah, Space Marine's just going to walk up the ramp into Tranquilo's main. Do a lot of damage, but I mean, this is committing quite hard to this. There's no detection here. That's really unfortunate. Meanwhile, charge lots are in the main base at Bixol. Doing absolute damage. So many Marines here. They need to do something though. But they got an opportunity right now. I reckon they could just go across and kill. I honestly think Tranquilo could move the base and probably get a win from that. Looks like Space Marine's going to load up and get on there. Tranquilo is now down to almost no bases. These charge lots have done a lot of damage though. Bixol's still on 80 workers, so probably not game ending this. I'd say actually, but any pressure's good at this stage in the game. Wouldn't minds go off. A little bit of downtime now. When all was said and done, it looks like Tranquilo's been knocked out of this. Stuck in the corner with 60 supply of Marines. Trying to rebuild the base as well. Looks like everything's leading to Schwartz now. He's got quite a scary army actually. Could probably do something with it, but as time goes on, there's going to be lurkers on the field. There's going to be a lot more Zerg out and about, trying to ruin his day, and now we've got Space Marine as well, who's close to maxing out actually. Look at that! Look at that Viking count. Like that's like 10 Vikings right there. So very, very good against this kind of arm. I've got quite a few Liberators as well, so I think it's going to be a classic 1v1 situation, at least for the time being. Disruptors as well. Hey, let's see what happens. Sieging up here, Liberators are going in a little bit deeper onto Schwartz's base, and yeah, the Blinkstalker's going to make short work of this, I think. Oh, but the stim up, kind of coming up to engage. Oh, massive disruptor shots. Quite a lot of damage. Amazing engagement here, actually. Both players playing very measured, trying to pick up each other's units, and Space Marine lost quite a few units there, but Schwartz did a good job at keeping him at bay. Oh, the Vikings now. Oh, massive storms. Very good damage. There's so many Liberators here now, and blinking under that's going to be a lot more difficult. Meanwhile, you got Lings as well. You got Bixol applying pressure onto the base. Actually, look, a little bit of damage being done here. Oh, I actually think all the Marines have gone now, unfortunately. So Tranquilo is now down to 2 armor supply. Massive engagement now. Schwartz is actually going to do so much damage here. Massive engagement, but then Bailings of Bixol now coming in through the flank, taking out quite a lot of those key units, but not quite the Disruptors, because I think Disruptors are giving a lot of longevity to this. Oh, actually taking out a lot of bio there. Massive stims, and now the blink onto Space Marine's army, doing a very good job at cleaning that up. Bixol is now remaxed. See where though? Is it in production? Yeah, there's a lot of Hydras and stuff here. A really awesome game so far. That was quite entertaining. It looks like Bixol's got more units lined up and queued up to get into the base. Let's have a look. Yep, going straight into the short space battle. Now we've got lurkers. Short saying I humbly suggested you roll. Marines coming in here and attacking Short's base location, trying to get some storms down there. Quite a few Liberators siege up here. Oh, and the Baning flank. Just so much to deal with here for Schwartz. Oh no, he's cornered. He's cornered, trying to fight the good fight. Actually doing quite a good job of clearing some of this up. There's only a couple of Liberators here. Oh, and there's Lurkers here as well. Oh, no detection. Schwartz just dances on top of them. Oh no. Oh no. Schwartz has quit and said GG. It was dancing away. There you have it. Bixol and Spacemarine are going to be your Toy House Tournament champions of July the 12th, 2021. Amazing games. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. That's really fun stuff, and hope to see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that kind of thing. And I'll hopefully bring you more content later, but some great games here today. Thanks for joining. Bye.